Yeah, yeah. Hello! Hello! It's coffee, I swear. It's good to see everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Anthony,
I'm Gabby. Happy
and we
Friday.
are coffee drinking voice
Mm-hmm.
actors. And here on the last Friday before Christmas
Dun dun
Day,
dun.
which is wild. I hope everyone is doing well. How are you doing, Gabby? How's Willie?
I'm
Willie
good.
was a big hit. We had a lot of
Willie's
people
of course Willie was a
you
big
know, we
hit.
were in the poor donut of shame.
Yes, his donut of disappointment.
Yes,
He
yeah,
is he's great. He needs a bath desperately. I'm gonna be bathing him later because he is a
right.
stinky, stinky boy. But other than that, he's fantastic.
Oh, good, 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 good.
Next week he's getting a grooming. So after his
Yes,
grooming, we'll get new photos. Because
yes.
right now he looks like a Muppet. I mean,
He's
yeah,
shaggy. He's a
yeah,
bit shaggy.
yeah.
That's all right. That's all right. It happens. It happens. Well, it is good to see if you are just joining us, maybe joining us for the first time too. Make sure you hit that
Mm-hmm.
like and subscribe button
Yep,
and hit
yep.
the bell notification. And also make sure that you are signing up. We have just a day left to sign up for the webinar. I'll mention it again a little
Put the
later.
link. Put the link in the chat.
Yes, there's the link in the chat. It's a free webinar, and literally we are going to be planning for 2026. And using our money voice, and basically we have a 4-pillar system that goes through, finding your money voice, to
Mm-hmm.
planning out your monthly and weekly schedules, to the actual lead and generation, and then making sure that you are unforgettable. So, getting you booked more. Hello, everybody. Let's see. Charisse, good to see you, Charisse.
Hey,
Chris, good to
Cherise.
see you. So, yeah. So, today, what's today, Gabby? What do we do on
Well,
Fridays?
we call it Open Forum Friday. It's a
That's right, we
chance for
do.
you to ask us questions,
That's right.
throw different topics at us. We're always
Make
down
us
to
work for
hear,
the money.
yeah, what you've got going on and what things we can help with. And in between that, we talk about what's going on at VOJ and at Academy Voices. And, we have the new semester starting, of course. So, prime time to join the academy. We have a lot going on. Brand new
Yes.
schedule, brand new setup for the new year. We're going to be talking about that as well Monday at our
Mhm.
VOJ Christmas party. So that's
Yes.
going to be
Yes. That's very
fun.
good. Absolutely. And I think a lot of people, that's a good point. We were talking today. A lot of people don't realize, that we are in the VO Journey Academy, we teach live classes
Mm-hmm.
every week. It's live,
And
like
almost
with us.
every
It's
day.
they're not webinars. They're
No.
live classes
Mm-hmm.
that we teach every single week on a topic that we as a coach are teaching that. So like
Yes.
Gabby does like auditioning, Gabby does like commercial work, Gabby does marketing. I do
Branding, marketing. Mm-hmm.
acting 101. I do a 201, and then we'll have like a special 301 this year. And then we have like our specialty people like Bonnie Williams and
Character work.
Alyssa do
Yeah.
character work. We do script workouts, but they're weekly. They're actually live classes, because a lot of places around do offer webinars and things like that, but they're not like we actually have semester like live class, like live courses,
Well, what I think
which
is
is no one else
interesting.
does but us.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because, pre-recorded voiceover classes, I mean, they can be great. Don't get me wrong. There's
Mhm.
definitely things that you can
Yes.
glean from them.
Yes.
But the reality is, this is a very active, ever moving, ever evolving, changing
Yes.
industry.
Yes.
And having up to the minute live feedback and
Yeah.
working with somebody who's really able to dive into the heart of what your performance is delivering,
Yes.
invaluable. Can't even
Right,
put a
and
price
and
on
then
that.
and then, of course, all of those are, you get to watch the replays if you can't make one.
Yes.
So, like, they're all part of what you get. So we're really excited about that. But yeah, so if you're just coming in, again, this is Open Forum Friday. Make sure you post your questions in there.
Mhm.
Get in there what you're working on, what you're thinking about. All kinds of things. It could be like any auditions you've been doing lately, any questions about your tech,
About your
um,
business,
about
about
your
yeah,
business,
marketing, sales.
marketing.
Yeah.
This is a good time to ask that. Today I posted a video earlier, Gabby, about don't over direct yourself. And the challenge sometimes we have of overthinking what
Mhm.
we're doing and
Yeah.
trying to over direct ourselves. So you do a lot of you've done a lot of, you were a casting director
I
for a long
was
time and
many
stuff.
years. Yeah.
What do you see from voice actors who do over direct and just do too much?
There is something really funny that I've always listened to that it was Dean Panaro, a talent agent, who said this once, and I'll never forget it. And he said, your first read is good. Your second read is probably better. Your third read might be okay. Anything after that third read just starts to devolve. And he was a big believer that, we can overwork a script and we
Yeah.
can overdo it. And I
Yeah.
think that that's absolutely accurate. And sometimes with people who are new to voiceover, I know you see this too. We get material from people and they've done 5, 6, 12, 15 takes. And I'm like, stop.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Now you're just overthinking the minutia of like where you're putting the emphasis on the syllable, and it's too much, right? It's just, it becomes kind of contrived and ridiculous. You're no longer connecting with the words. You're just making sounds sound different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I have a lot of students too who is the same thing. We'll do work and they'll come back, because what I have a lot of them do is do auditions, but then they have to bring the recording to me as well
Yeah.
as the directions, so that we can see if they're matching up. And what I inevitably find is like, I'm like, how many times did you do this? And they're like, well, like 6 or 7 or 8 times. And I'm like, good gracious, man.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's
what,
too much.
and what did you find? I would have loved to hear that. What did you find different from the first to the 6th or the 7th one? And, I think, for us, one thing that makes voice acting real and natural is that spontaneity. Now in theater, we call it the illusion of the first time, right? We're always trying to, even though that we practice and practice and practice, the idea is you go up on stage and you don't want to look like you're saying lines that you've practiced 15,000 times.
Right?
You want it to look like it's the first time this is happening, right? There's interest, there's intrigue, there's, oh, what's going on, like we're acting, right? And for us, that's a part of this.
It also, I think, speaks to the honesty of the performance. There is something raw and, I don't know, exposed about it that tends to work better. Think about, and I mean, comparatively, look, right, you've done a lot of audiobooks, I've done a lot of commercials. Commercials are short, so people are more likely to overdo it. People are more likely to get into that thing of like, I'm gonna do this tag 700 ways. But like when you're doing a book, you can't do that. You can't. It's not possible, right? Nobody's sitting there pre-reading the entire book and practicing chapters and then recording again. So that's wise to consider.
Yeah.
I think that
Oh, yeah.
just because it's short doesn't mean you should treat it any differently. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And so I think that is a way for us to not do that, is like we said, is only do a couple of takes.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes what's interesting too is I find that especially if you're working with a casting director or a director in general,
Yeah.
a lot of times, I don't know how many times it's happened to you, Gabby, but it's happened to me a bunch, where I'll do the first take.
Yeah.
And then they'll ask to do, a bunch of other ones. And then we always inevitably go back and say, well, I guess the first one seems to be the one that we go with, but which is fine because they're trying to explore. But the reality of it is that oftentimes is one of your better ones or your best ones, because it is, spontaneous and it does feel more natural. Now, we talked earlier about reading skills
Earlier this week.
So how do you bring it? And that's why I think about, one is reading skills and another one is having your money voice. We've been talking about money voice.
Yep.
All right. Or having this voice style that you have done and you have practiced doing this voice style. So I think it's more so not practicing the script you're delivering so much. It's more of practicing the style, your money voice that you're going to be delivering it in, right? And I should be, because I always make the joke, I think you should be able to go blah blah blah. Like I should be able to give you any words, and
Yeah,
you
the
should be able
words
to,
don't matter.
right? The words should not matter, which is crazy, but they shouldn't.
No,
They
but
should be
it's
able
true.
to right, and so that means that through your money voice and the tone, right,
Mhm.
that you're sharing this in, you should be able to make us feel the way
Mhm.
you want us to feel, not
Mhm.
the way the words are telling us to. I always think the words are just your icing on the cake.
Right.
They help you, but you are the key to the whole thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when we think about actors, this is one of the reasons why, other actors go on talk shows and then they mimic the style of another actor. And the
Right.
reason they can do that so easily is because they're focusing on the performance, not the
Right.
words. The words just are completely secondary.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it can be, it can be kind of fun. It's also where we do get to play and we get to imitate and do fun things. So,
Yeah.
Charisse, I think that your comment, Charisse said, is it weird that I'm happy that I got my first ACX rejection response? My positivity, it is showing, absolutely.
Yes. Positivity.
But no, it's not
Not at all.
weird because a no, I mean, in a weird way, right? It allows you to learn from it. It
Right.
allows you to adapt from it. We don't get better without feedback. And so, right, even negative feedback, it's good. It's good to have. It's insightful for us. It helps us to try different things or to just sometimes accept, okay, this person just didn't appreciate what I do, and that's okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think the cool thing about getting a rejection or is just that, and this is what's kind of going to be what we're going to talk about this tomorrow actually in the webinar, is that the system, right, that we go over, it's built, it's important, just as important that you get a rejection than you do getting a booking, because the point is that you're taking activities and and that's a completed activity that you did, and that's
Yes.
exactly what you have to do. And here's the thing that we don't ever think of: just because you're rejected by that person at that moment doesn't mean, I mean, how many times have you gotten saying, hey, you for this project, no, but I want to work with you in the future because
Yes.
I like what you did. There's a lot of amazing people that I don't cast, not because they weren't incredible, but because for that particular project, it wasn't exactly what I was looking
Right.
for. And I
Right.
think that can be that's something we probably should talk about. I mean, that can be a challenge for voice actors or actors in general to
Mm.
realize, what's wrong with me. Because I'll get people to say, what could I have done better with my read? And I was like, actually, that was a really good read.
Mhm.
It's just for this one, I wanted someone who was like sassy, and you were more benevolent. It just didn't match the style didn't match what I was looking for. It had nothing to do with your read,
Yeah.
and that's hard sometimes for newer people to understand, because they think it's all, oh my God, I suck. It's me if I was only, better. Now, I do think,
Not
and
all about
something
you.
we talk about coaching and getting acting training, right, is why that's important, is because what you'll then be able to do, though, is take whatever money voice or whatever you have, and you will be able to change tones
Mhm.
to match maybe more about, which is why I have people bring the directions to me, not just their
Mhm.
audition.
Yes. I'm always asking for that. I'm always like, where are the directions? Because the script or the performance without the direction is not complete. It's not enough. I need to know what this person was thinking, looking for, whatever.
I think we need to take a moment, Gabby, to recognize that Patrick said, hi, Gabby and Anthony.
I feel recognized. Thank you.
You just wanted to be first.
No, I just wanted to be recognized. I did not want to be an afterthought. That is all. Thank you, Patrick. Much love. Um, you know what? But
I
that
bet
brings
Pat is
up,
married.
but that brings up a great point. Come on. Are we are sensitive creatures, right? Find me an actor who isn't. Find me an actor who doesn't wear their heart on their sleeve or who isn't emotional, right? And that's why we immediately go to I suck, it's me, it's all me, I'm terrible, I'm no good at this, nobody's gonna hire me, and we can't do that to
Yeah.
ourselves. We can't, have fun with it and make sillies about it like I am with Patrick and like Anthony's poking fun at me right now, but that's it. We need to do it that way. We can't be such sensitive artists that
It's hard. It's
yeah, it
hard.
can be. It really can be.
Yeah.
The
And
other
yeah.
thing, and I want to go back to talking about what we were saying about live classes, live direction. As an actor, Anthony, how much have you gleaned over the years by watching other people's performances live?
I have to say that I contribute all of my success to it, honestly,
Wow,
because it is
that's
with
a big statement.
yes, and the reason why is because I always wondered early on or in my life, I've always wondered how are people so creative? How do people create something
Mm,
new? How do I be unique and stand out? And
hmm.
the further as I dove into this and I watched people, I learned that we all are, all of us, we are the sum of our experiences,
Oh yeah.
right? And if I want to, and then from those experiences, right, then we can create our own take on those experiences, but we will only ever expand ourselves beyond that by experiencing more,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
if we are,
Oh, that's
alone,
deep.
right? I mean,
That's deep for a Friday, man. Wow.
that's it. But why not? It's you said Anthony. What
But
do
it's
you think? I mean,
true. But it's
that's
but hey, I'm right there with you. I don't know that I attribute it, as much or completely, but I do know that my growth, right? The biggest moments of growth that I was able to see was being in classes or being in learning environments with other actors. And
I'm talking about like my education. You're talking about
well,
the education with it, right?
all of it. But being in a setting and watching other actors on the spot make decisions, and at the same time thinking about the decisions I would make
Yes.
and comparing those mentally,
Yeah.
hugely eye-opening and an amazing way to experience, right, how other people are perceiving things and those approaches. And I don't know if I would be able to make some of the decisions I do now without that.
Right. And I think, I'll go back to the very first moment. I remember the very first moment that changed my life. I didn't always want to be the actor you see in front of you. But the yes, yes. No, I
Yes.
remember it was in high school and I went to I was in chorus because I was in chorus
Um,
when I was singing, and we went to see a play called Phantom of the Opera.
mm,
And it was they were on tour. It was down in Norfolk, and it changed my life. We were in the nosebleed sections. My mom had
oh,
come. My mom was a nurse at the time. Some kid had some horrible no, but it changed my life. Field trip wise. But the show, I'll never forget watching Masquerade from up there and thinking, oh my gosh, this is what I want. Like I remember very clearly, this is what I want to do. This is
oh,
incredible. And that time, they had the Phantom come down, they had the ceiling recess, so like actually he was floating over the audience. It was incredible. Anyways,
wow.
so it started me down a path, right, that's led me here today. But point is that observing, listening, watching, going to live things, being and seeing what is possible, and then
Mhm.
exploring what you can do and pushing yourself to try to do them, try to see how you would do them differently, getting yourself involved, messing up, doing it again, your uniqueness. But being in that atmosphere, you have to put yourselves in situations where there is creativity in the air, where
Yeah.
you are going to be
Amen to
inspired,
that.
right? Where you're going to be
Oh,
inspired to grow. And it's difficult to do that just by yourself. I mean, it's near impossible. I don't know how you do it. I think early on, if there's like, you have some incredible books, that you do, right? Like there is wonderful, there's knowledge that we have these shows that we do that you can watch the replays. But in the end, right, if we're in a class together, we're live together, I can say, Gabby, all right, let's do this. Here's this script. Let's work. Let's see. I want you to audition to me. These are the situations. Go. And now I'm going to give you some feedback. This is what I saw. And now I want you to watch so-and-so do it. What do you and then here's another point too that I really make. Constructive criticism. We should have a whole show on this. Constructive criticism is the basis for all growth for actors. I think actually the growth for anyone, but we're talking, we're actors, right? Being and construct, people have this negative view of criticism. But if you look up criticism in the dictionary, criticism is really just, all right, a way of us to analyze, okay, what is happening and giving feedback. Right. It is not supposed to be, it's not a positive or negative. It is feedback, but we have come to look at it that way. So we've tried to add constructive on the front of it so people don't get, a little nervous and say we're going to be,
because we hear critic, right? And we think, oh God,
because they're usually negative, right? We hear them about the importance of positivity, which on a side note, congrats, Patrick. We're getting your first audiobook, dude, live on Audible. That's awesome, man. But look, it is really, really, really just, I think helpful in that manner. Do you have anything to say about that? Like,
I wrote it down so we can do a whole thing on it.
Yeah.
Because I think you're right. I think it needs to be addressed in more detail. And I think there's multiple facets to constructive criticism. There's the criticism that other people give you and how you internalize it and then how you use it. And then there's also constructive criticism that you give yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a big one because most people don't do that. They just shit on themselves and they're mean to themselves, and that doesn't get you anywhere. So yeah.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And I think, that's, and the thing is too, is when you perform, right, again, you only know what you know. You're the one performing. You don't see things that other people see from other points of views. Constructive criticism is, and it's a wonderful way. People think constructive criticism is all about the voice act or the actor who's receiving it. But in reality, constructive criticism is equally important, more so sometimes for the people who are giving it.
Oh my gosh,
because it's forcing us to analyze the performance from our lens. What would we do? What would we like to see? What's the path we would went down? And it really forces you to grow.
I grew so much as an actor when I started directing. And it is something that I encourage all of my students to do, is to step up to the directorial chair, because in doing so, yes, you learn a crap load about how to communicate ideas to other people and to yourself. And that's something I strive to do in my classes at VOJ. Because I feel like when people are given the opportunity to direct, they learn so much. Anyway, so listen, we're going to come back on Monday. We're going to explore this topic further. We're going to inch our way to Christmas.
That's right. And don't forget, real quick, and remember, I'm putting
one more time.
Putting the link one more time. Remember, we have a free webinar tomorrow. Really exciting. Make sure that you join. It's free. Again, we're going to be just strategically planning for 2026. And talk, and I've got some handouts, some really exciting things to talk about and grow as a voice actor. So very excited about that. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you all Monday. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.